going and it's going, and then we're there. We're alive.
Yeah. We're alive. Barely. Memento mori. That's how alive I am. Just to remember the one rule, memento mori. Or we could remember the other rule is that this too shall pass, right?
Ugh. It's hard to be so positive.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's so hard to be positive.
You know, I mean, I don't know. I've just had like a really, 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 really rough week. Like I said, I feel like in light of everything that you're going through, I feel like an asshole even talking about any of this. Like it's
why your life doesn't stop because I'm dealing with medical trauma.
You know, but no, it's like,
is that why you haven't been talking to me?
No, I've just been, I've just been in my own downward spiral. I've just been
okay, well, that's cool
for the last weeks.
Because like I was on the verge of sending you one of those fucking "Are we okay?" messages.
Right? No. Yeah, it's like, you know, because I just figure that you're just sleeping most of the day.
I actually am, but it's getting better now that I'm adjusting to the gabapentin. It's not knocking me out so much.
Oh, so you're on GABA? Oh yeah, that'll knock your shit. That'll knock your shit out.
Oh my god! And let me tell you, when we go live, I'll talk about that a little bit more. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, January 31st, 2025, and this is the Ragin of Logs. Yeah, it's finally the second month of January is finally ending.
Right. Yeah, I know, right? It's like what, like January was like 3 months. It's like, how long is this fucking month?
I swear to God, it was like time stood still for me. It still is because I still haven't been able to get the biopsy, and until I get that biopsy, my whole
yeah, because at least get that. Yeah, at least get that out of the way, right?
They approved my MRI though, but never mind this lump in my throat.
Well, right.
Let's add some suspense.
Right. This sucks.
No, you ready for this shit?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
Ta-da!
Trigger warning, fuck you.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, gabapentin.
GABA. Yeah, no. Okay, so no wonder you're sleeping.
Bro, she was like, it may make you a little sleepy. Let me tell you something.
It makes you a lot
and
sleepy.
It gives you weird dreams. I apologize to all my friends because, I've been having some fucking vivid and weird dreams between the gabapentin and the beta blockers.
Right, yeah.
And they're so fucking vivid and real that I'm like waking up, I either feel dirty or I've escaped the zombie apocalypse with the skin of my teeth every fucking time.
Usually I have to take Benadryl to end up like that. But no, because
dreams.
Right, yeah. But yeah, GABA will fuck you up.
Yeah, it does. But I really am starting to adjust to it. In fact, I was kind of disappointed because the dreaming seems to be stopping, and when they weren't weird,
right,
violating my friends.
It's like, what the fuck? You're making phone calls. I'm sorry. Whatever happened. I'm sorry.
Look,
I don't remember anything,
bro. It was just a dream. But like, they're kind of subsiding. That's not happening. And if they are, they're not so vivid and that I'm remembering them when I wake anymore. And I was like, God damn, if I'm gonna sleep this much, God, at least let me enjoy myself.
Right. Yeah. No.
So
you ever know?
I solved that problem. I just got on a website and went shopping.
Oh, there you go. Just replace one issue with another. I mean, that seems to be the trend this week, I think. But oh my God, who's joining us today?
And we got the Wolf Daddy himself.
Hello. Oh, yes.
Hello. And Lou.
And hello,
everybody
hello,
else is like, fuck you, ladies. And we're
yeah,
like,
exactly. It's too early in the morning for this shit.
Jesus.
Also,
when is the right time?
Yeah, I know. Also, everybody remember that Rob Multari has his Wolfpack Pups campaign on BackerKit right now. He has the Snowpaw, baby Snowpaw. Plush that is available right now. Oh, hello. Along with the voodoo doll Rodney and the regular baby Rodney, which I have those two. Unfortunately, I ran out of room. Sorry, I have to make room for the Secret of Nim Pops that are coming out in March.
Oh, I saw all those. Oh my God, they're adorable.
Fucking Justin is a Funko exclusive. Nerve, the absolute nerve. So I have everything on notify me the second it goes live.
Do you know what story is going to be exclusive to?
No. It's exclusive to the Funko website.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
I'm hoping that it's supposed to come out.
Well, that's better than a store exclusive because those.
Yeah, no, I hate
fuck.
Like this Geralt that I have here. Like I think like he was like some kind of exclusive. I don't remember.
My
like,
White Raven,
Walmart exclusive or something.
Hot Topic exclusive.
Yeah, and it took me forever to get him. You know, it was so obnoxious. It's like, because of course you're never going to get them at retail price.
Oh, fuck no, you're not. So, but hey, that's a one Funko Pop I'm glad I invested in, because let me tell you something. Little bitch is worth like $500, $600 right now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
And you have her signed too, right?
Yeah. Tara Strong.
Right. So that's, yes, I have to save space. Sorry, Rob. This is what happens when I'm working with 19 square feet here. Oh my God. And yes, I see you, our beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. If you're joining us from Facebook, make sure you come over to YouTube and join the sexy people in the chat. Support Rob's campaign. While you're at, pick up a plushie. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our to this,
whatever this
YouTube,
is,
to YouTube, right? And make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. I guess we might as well just do the intro just properly. The intro is like, hello everyone, my name is Daphne Lage and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Jesus Christ, that is the GABA, right? And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales and my medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is currently on Kickstarter right now with 2 weeks left to the campaign. The link is in the chat and in the show notes below. So it's like, we're almost at $3,000, which will start unlocking the cosplay art prints that will be added to everyone's pledges in either digital format or physical format. So we're it's like 2 weeks to go, but why wait? Pledge today, blah blah blah. So, but in the meantime, you can read both my comics online at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, LAGE Art, which
simulcast.
There we go. Simulcast through the Indie Comics Network. And to tell you more about it, it's Nina, baby.
It's a YouTube channel. I own the Google account. It's me and people I like in the industry, and we're streaming and shit. Yeah, pretty much. You can find it by Googling Indie Comics Network or at Indie Comics Net.
Oh, there you go. On YouTube. And again, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we get notified. You all know. Yeah, you all know the thing.
I gotta make sure that my ringer's off, but my vibrator's going because I got medical shit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. So it's like what a week, huh? So I think I guess like the big news is that Diamond officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Yep.
And I think they gave themselves until what, like April 7th, that there was an actual deadline.
Yep.
That if they didn't sell the company by April something, they were dissolving. So this is it. You know, it's like, so yeah. So if they don't sell the company, Diamond is no more. And of course, the chaos
Hey,
that
Dorn.
hey there. Hey Melissa. Oh, thank you, Melissa, for the fan art. Thank you so much. I did post it to my feed on my Facebook. I'm just so out of it. Like I said, I've been spiraling since I don't know, since for a while now.
It's all right, Daphne.
Yeah. So the chaos that it's now actually ensuing. Before it was more kind of like, yeah, I think so too. You know? So like before everyone is kind
Sarah.
of like was I don't know, like hesitant to move forward with like making any decisions on Diamond filing for Chapter 11. Maybe it was business as usual, blah, blah, blah. It turns out it's business as usual until April's whatever, until whatever the April deadline is. And then it's poof, that it's no more. So, and now it's like, and now it's like, of course, like now we're at the stage where they owe several $1 million in back pay to a lot of people. I think Penguin is there, they owe the most money to. And now it's just an official list of creditors. And now it's like a lot of small publishers are like going, are we even going to get paid for what's been committed already?
And I hate to say it, but probably not.
Yeah, most likely not. Although there are some people who are trying, and I hope that they get paid for the books that like Antarctic Press, right? Like they were saying that they have 3 books that are finally coming in from their overseas printer, and it's like,
and they have to buy fucking thousands of pre-orders.
Right. Are these even going to ship?
Did you see Grant Lankard's picture of the boxes upon boxes and boxes available?
Right. Yeah, you're talking about several thousand books that now it's like might have nowhere to go. So Antarctic was talking about, so I wonder if my last since
who knows?
Everybody is like now it's like, yeah, even if they send them out to the stores, will anybody get their money? Will anybody get paid? It's like, it's like, well, you see, the thing is, though, it's like, well, being a monopoly didn't help, that's for sure. But I mean, this too shall pass. It's like we got around them the first time, right? Now we have to do it again, but now it's like there's a wider ripple effect, because now it's like whoever's left this is going to affect even harder.
Right.
It'll certainly take some publishers down, that's for sure. Like Jose thinks that there might be like he could see like maybe like a couple of hundred stores closing, but when you're talking about
not in masses like last time,
right? Yeah, it's like maybe like 200 stores, right? But the thing is, though, when there's only 1,500 stores left, that percentage is significant. If that many stores close down. I mean,
the sad part is the stores that are going to be affected are going to be the good comic book stores, the ones that are actually still selling fucking comic books, not just merch.
Right? Because Jose thinks that the stores that are going to close down are the ones where the owners are treating the store as an extension of their comic book collection, and the way he looks at it, those are bad stores.
I don't know. I think it's going to affect the good. Like,
I don't know.
at least cause them to have to scatter. They're gonna be the ones doing a fucking bitch ass workload, but whatever.
So it's like, I don't know, and but in the end, though, the people who are going to be affected the hardest are the small publishers.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
All the small creators, all the small publishers who like had to fight tooth and nail just to get into the catalog. And then it'll be like, oh, oops, sorry. It's like Sarah says, my LCS is tiny and the only shop in a 60-mile radius. That's freaky considering it's also been around for 3 decades. I hope it's survived.
Yeah, we have two. We have two, and one survives on Magic and sports cards.
Yeah. And it's just like, and it just seems to, kind of like reinforce what's just going on in general, where it's like, like if a platform collapses, now it's like if your only distributor collapses, what happens? Where do you go? It's like, what do you do? How do you get around it? Are you able? I mean, it's like, is it even possible to talk to stores directly? They didn't want to talk to you directly when they had Diamond. Now that they don't have Diamond, now they probably even less want to talk to you directly. And here's the thing too that kind of like popped in my head. Melissa says, my friend owns a gaming and comic book store and he had to start cutting back on the comics because they don't sell, but the gaming brings people in. It's like, yeah, I kind of wonder like what percentage of comic book stores gets their full revenue from comics. Like, sure, like maybe like Midtown.
Yeah,
maybe.
Because don't they have statues and shit that they?
Well, yeah, but the thing is that the store is like 80% comimics.
It
and
is.
Then you
I'll
have
give
the
them
toys
and manga, because,
right?
you can't put those together.
Oh no, of course not, right?
So
it'll give Batman cooties. So, but like we're talking about like a lot of stores that I've seen like in people's vlogs where it's like they have like these massive spaces for gaming. You have the tiny corner with comics, and then you could tell like the rest of the store, the rest of the store is all gaming and statues and Funko Pops and, and yeah, it's so it's like, yeah, so you're talking about like, this was already precariously viable for us to begin with, and even then, according to Jose's number, it hasn't been viable, for years, and so it's like, what does that mean, right? It's like, does that mean that everybody's going to go now? All the stragglers are going to definitely only have Kickstarter. And then, and here's the thing too, is that with small publishers, right? Especially since we still have like a lot of creators going, oh, I want to find a publisher so they can handle everything, and all that, that kind of thing. But it's like, before, the only real leverage that a publisher had before this point was that it could get you, like, if a publisher couldn't get you into Diamond, there was no reason for you to have a publisher because you'd make more money going on Kickstarter directly. So the whole point of going to a publisher was because they had the advantage of being in Diamond and going into comic book shops and getting your book into that environment. Now that that's not a thing anymore, then what's the point of a publisher at this point? It's like you're already doing all of the work to, like putting the book together, like packaging the book, promoting the book and everything else. And the one thing that, a lot of the times you also have to pay for your own printing. So it's like the only leverage a publisher had was getting you into the Diamond catalog and giving you the option of getting into comic book shops when you couldn't do that yourself. Now that that's off the table, like, how many publishers are even going to bother to exist because there's no, there's no, there's nothing for them to do that you can't do yourself. If you're doing all the work anyway, what's a publisher have to do with it? They're just a middleman to something that they have no right to. to be a middleman for anymore. So, so it's just like, and the funny thing is, right, it's like, because the last time we spoke about this, I was saying, it's like, I kind of, I really don't care. I haven't had to deal with Diamond for decades. Fuck them and this, that, and the other thing. But I mean, to see people legitimately like, oh shit.
It's sad.
That bothers me. That bothers me because it's not like there's a lot of other options, for us as small creators, for them to like, because it's like, okay, so everybody goes to Kickstarter. We're already seeing how whatever gains everybody was able to get on Kickstarter, we're beginning to lose those gains.
Oh yeah.
A lot of creators are losing those gains. I would always, I would talk before about like all the Artist Alley girlies that I follow, right? That they're all doing Artist Alleys and this and anything, and then Artist Alley, Artist Alley, Artist Alley. And now I'm beginning to see videos of creators who are not going to be doing Artist Alleys anymore.
Right. Why I'm not doing Artist Alley, and why I'm not going to conventions, and why I'm not doing Facebook.
Yeah, because like with Artist Alleys, it seems that they say that not only have Artist Alleys become incredibly competitive to get in, right? But the pool of money available at these conventions is shrinking. So the conventions are getting larger and more expensive, but the money that's actually getting spent at conventions is shrinking.
It's going to see the hobbits.
Yeah, it's like really, so, and mind you, this is, I especially saw one of these videos after I signed up for Anime NYC. So I find the application form finally went live and I filled it up. It's a juried Artist Alley. And, so it's like, there's nothing guaranteed. I don't know if I'm even getting in, but I figured I just toss my hat in the ring just to see if Artist Alley was something that would be viable for me.
Right.
And then of course, now I'm seeing all these videos of how these people are not going to Artist Alley anymore because they're tired of the intense competition, right? They're tired of drop shippers and bootleggers given priority at these conventions.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's like now people are just buying bootleg shit off of Temu and taking it to conventions to sell. And
they can't even be creative.
Right, exactly. They're not even bothering, and conventions are not vetting them out. So it's like, now it's like when you're talking about you're getting a bespoke print for like $40 or $20, but you can get, I don't know, these tchotchkes like like 10 tchotchkes for $3 or whatever at a bootleg table. That's where people are going to go. You can get one of these like bootleg mystery bags of anime stuff from whatever you like, right, for like $20, and you get like a bag full of garbage, and and it seems like people would rather spend time buying that stuff because they feel like they're getting a better value than going into the Artist Alley and getting some, I don't know, some print or something, even if it's fan art, but at least that person made the fan art, right? But I don't know. I'm kind of running on the hope that if I'm the only person in the Artist Alley selling comics, that might give me an edge, but I don't know. I don't know. But especially since, it's like the conventions are getting more expensive. The pool of money getting spent is shrinking, right? So conventions are not turning into like it like
we're not going to shop and grab that rare collectible anymore. We're just going to be entertained,
hang out, out, to watch the movies, so it's like, and then I'm seeing all these other videos popping up. Now it's about like how creators are encouraging each other to leave social media. Like there was this one video that I was watching.
With the demise of cons, that seems like a mistake to me.
I mean, the way one woman explained it, right? So this woman, she used to work in corporate, right? But because it was more stable. But after 3 layoffs in 5 years, she was like going, fuck it, I'm going to become an artist. If being in corporate isn't even giving me the stability that getting into that rat race, it's like, if I'm not even getting the stability of an actual job, then I might as well try to make a go of selling prints and making my own thing.
Right.
It'll be just as unstable, so she was talking about like starting, like I think she had just gotten laid off, like I think like last year or something, like mid last year. So now it's like she's just like setting up her plan as to like how to rebuild her on, like her art career, I guess.
Right.
And and she was talking about how the more she posted on social media, the less sales she got. She says that when she started weeding off of posting to social media, her sales actually increased. Right.
But she was still there, right? Because how else is she being seen?
She has like a very specific strategy now. Like she mostly sticks to YouTube and Instagram. Because YouTube, especially because she says that their algorithm is different,
right?
Because they're showing people other videos, like people who would like her videos. They're not just randomly scattershotting or just trying to force you to watch videos that they want you to see. YouTube just has a very different, even though the algorithm is still just as much a pain in the ass, it's not as incendiary as the algorithms on like Facebook or Twitter, where it's like she was saying how they prioritize angry engagement. So they're more so even though you post up artwork, they're going to completely push your post aside, for the guy who's posting up nonsense to make people angry.
Right.
Because of course that's engagement bait, right? Engagement rage bait, that you're always going to be passed up for that. And she also goes, it's like, think about it. You're using social media to get people to buy stuff from you while fighting an algorithm that's training the people on that platform to never leave it.
Right.
Right. So it's like, so even if you can get those eyeballs, right, they're trained to not leave, Twitter. They're trained to not leave Facebook. It's like, so she began to deprioritize those platforms, and that's kind of like, Rob says my full-time job company is closing, so he's getting laid off too. I mean, really,
hey,
if everything is unstable now, right? If we can't even count on a job to offer stability, then we might as well be unstable doing something we like. So so it's like, so that's what she was like. So she was kind of like building a strategy, which also meant like rebuilding her website, like everyone. And that's the thing too. That's the thing. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just incredibly frustrating, right? Because it's like, it's kind of like everyone's forcing to go back to internet 2010. Or it's like, 2000 even. And it's like, it just feels like such a hard curve, because it's like, how do we get this audience to follow us, right? Like we talked about the last time that when a store closes, actually Jose corrected me on the thing. I had said 60% of the patrons of that store. Jose says no, the retailer says 80%. Every time a comic book store closes, 80% of its clientele do not go anywhere else to get comics.
Right.
It's like literally, it's like if it's not being fed to them in a way that's convenient, it doesn't exist anymore. And it's like, how do you even cater to an audience like that? You know, where it's like, hey, I'm moving over to my own website. Oh, it's a shame they stopped making comics.
Right.
You know, like that's how they see it. Conversely, though, right? So Jose ended up getting, this is really funny. Jose, not in a haha kind of way, but maybe. Jose ended up getting a tax form from Amazon. And I'm like going,
do what?
Yeah, why did you get a tax form for Amazon? And he goes, we made $60 on Amazon. What do we have on Amazon? And it turns out that there is like 2 Oswald Chronicle PDFs on Amazon that we completely forgot about. Jose doesn't even remember how to get into that account.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's trying to figure out how to get into that account. And it's like, holy shit. It's like, technically we made $60 without doing anything, you know?
It's depressing.
Yeah. It's like that. It's just crazy. I mean, it's just like kind of like, you know what it is? I kind of hate to like, there comes a point where it's not the marketing.
No.
You know, it's like, wow. You see, I'm going to be straight with everybody. You know, it's just, you know, it's like, I kind of online, I like to pride myself in kind of like trying to like keep a level head, you know, and like,
but in reality,
you know, it's like try to put a positive spin on everything, and the whole thing about, look, it's out of our control. If we can't control it, we shouldn't worry about it, or this, that, and the other thing. But it's like, I don't know how much of that is, yeah, we're fucked.
We're so
like,
fucked.
Is like, there comes a point where it's like, am I lying to people by constantly trying to act like that? Because yeah, I am disturbed by what I'm seeing. I am bothered by how this is going to affect a lot of us, you know? And it's like, and I think it's very facetious to just say, well, you're not working hard enough. You're not doing the right things. You're not marketing hard enough.
Right.
You know, and there comes a point where it's like, look, you can't force blood from a stone. You know, it's like, there just comes a point where it's like, it's not the marketing.
Right.
You know, and it's like, look, I hate to say it, but it's like doing a TNA book is not marketing.
No.
That if you're directly,
and even those are taking hits,
right? Those
like,
are taking
we're
hits,
watching those
like,
come down.
Yeah, it's like, but it's like, you know, even catering, even when you're catering to a specific market, people are seeing a slowdown there.
Right.
You know, and there comes a point where it's like, it's not the marketing. It's like, if I'm doing everything that I can and the needle is not moving, like if me doing nothing and me doing something gets the same result, you know, it's like there's something else going on.
Yeah, dude, it's and there's this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the whole thing with eggs is because there's avian flu. Avian flu. and once they test positive for bird flu, they have to slaughter the entire flock.
Something like 150 million fucking birds over the past couple weeks.
Right. So it's like, so that's what's causing that, right?
I'm eating like a millionaire with my scrambled eggs.
Yeah, let's shut down the CDC.
Let's shut down the CDC.
Right. Yeah. Let's
safety
pull
board.
funding.
That's cool.
From research. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Right. Fuck it. Right.
Yeah.
So there's no correlation, right?
We're not conspiracy theorists. Right. Aloha.
It's kind of like that scene from Snowpiercer where the guy finally gets to the front and the woman is complaining. It's like, oh, this was all planned. You see, every couple of years we have to make sure that that 75% of you die to reset the population on the train.
We gotta cleanse. We gotta cleanse.
I'm just thinking of that for no reason.
But we don't want to kill so many poors. Nobody is available to work for us.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So we got to slow down a bit.
So well, you see, with the tariffs, you have to turn the United States into a third world country so that companies don't have to, go overseas to pay pennies on the dollar. Coincidence, absolutely coincidence.
Yeah, it's all just sheer coincidence.
So where was I don't know. So it's like ooh, that sounds familiar. Useless feeders. Yeah. That sounds familiar. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, so I think the whole diamond thing and everything is just kind of like seeing like almost like this collapse around us, and it's like, because like I said, it's like there comes a point where it's like, it's like, it's not the marketing, it's like, if I can't sell to somebody who won't buy, there's nothing I can do to convince them.
Right.
If they're just at a convention to hang out because that's all they can afford to do, right, I can't convince them of otherwise.
Right.
I mean, it's like,
you have more money.
Right. It's like, there was this other video, right, that popped up that's saying that the people who are your fans and the people who actually buy your stuff are two different audiences.
Wow.
Right. And you are going to have a lot more fans than people who actually buy your stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, maybe I just, right, exactly. It's hard to justify entertainment when basic necessities can't be afforded. And that goes back to the anime convention thing, because that was also another thing that another person had said, right?
Right.
That in the end, what we're selling is a luxury good, that, she's talking, prints, tchotchkes, keychains, whatever. It's like, what we're doing is a luxury good. Because, it's like, why are you going to spend $20 to buy a keychain, an original art keychain from an artist in Artist Alley, where you got the guys selling Temu shit, for $1 each.
Right.
Right. It's all the same thing, right? It's like, well, I'm getting a keychain, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, there just seems to, like, this wall that we're just hitting against just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And, and it's like, and I don't, well, that's true. It's like, it's like, I mean, it's like, look, like I said, it's like, look, I do not want to dismiss anybody.
This might be a thing that might actually be in your favor.
Not really, because the entire point of Temu was to get around tariffs to begin with.
Yay.
Their entire marketing model is to get around tariffs. And the way it seems Temu does that is by if they ship a package small enough, it doesn't, unless every package coming out of China gets hit with a tariff, Temu's fine. That's the irony of the whole thing. Temu's fine.
Yeah,
their entire business model is built on getting around these things.
Right.
So where was I? Oh, yes, I was being depressed. Yes. Yes, I was being depressed. So it's like there just comes a point where it's like I don't even know what advice to give anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, but at the same time, I just don't want to say we're all fucked.
Right.
Are you still, it's like, are we still all doing our work? Are we still doing our comics? I'm crying, but I'm still doing it. It's like I cry a lot, but I am so productive.
It's just you just have to ride until you can't. You ride until the horse gives up. Like, and maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be like one of those life algorithms. Like this is just a temporary.
This too shall pass, right? Yeah. This too shall pass. But it's like when you're seeing like how even like
yes, Trevor.
You know what? That sounds like a plan.
It is. It's great.
It sounds like a plan, Trevor.
Look, dude, we're on the same page. I started that shit this morning. I don't draw titties. I just look at them.
Right. Everybody just like smoking. Look at
titties.
Ride or die. I mean, that's but that's the thing though.
Right.
I think that's what makes it so frustrating because it's like, yeah, we're pretty much ride or die on this.
Right.
And we're kind of on the dying part. It's like, it's like, scream if you want to go faster. I mean, that's so it's like it really does upset me. It really is upsetting me to see how this is affecting a lot of people.
Right.
Even if in the end I am not personally affected by it, it bothers me that other people are being affected by it. And I can't fake that. I mean, it's easy, to kind of like act like an asshole. It's like, oh, fuck y'all and this. It's like, no, it's like, because it's like, you know what? I want all of us to succeed. Because then we can all have a good time together. That's the thing. It's kind of like I don't know. It's like all I know is that it's like it's like
all we know is right now shit sucks.
Right. Yeah.
We don't know what the future holds.
You're not imagining it. I guess that's what it is that I just have to say. You're not imagining it.
And you're not alone.
Because it's like, it's very easy to think that is it me? Am I the one that sucks? Am I the one that's not able to get ahead? Everybody else seems to be doing well. Is it just me? Right. And it's like, no, it's not. What it is that the internet's fake.
We're not even real people.
The internet's fake and everybody's trying to put a happy smile on everything when it's not. And
this is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, but what's funny, right? Everyone everyone clips that dog, right? This is fine.
Right,
that's not the end of the comic. Right.
No,
that's not the end of the comic. The end of the comic is the dog throwing the coffee and going, no, this is not fine.
Not fine.
And honestly, that's where we're kind of at. We're kind of beginning to see now. It's like, no, this is not fine. Right. And I think it's to our detriment to pretend that it is, because it's like, if we try to pretend that everything's okay and that, oh, we don't have to do anything, nothing to see here, officer.
Right.
we're not looking for the exit. But I'm not talking about like an exit to like stop doing this completely, because it's like, look, we're creators. This is a compulsion. We can't stop doing this. I can't stop doing this. You know, I need to do my comics. You know, it's like whether I have to get some bullshit job and then do this on the side, or however, whichever one is the side piece, it still gets done. When I was working full time, I was waking up extra early just to get pages out before I went for work. So it's not like I haven't done this before. You know, but the thing is, though, it's like the work always got done. So it's like, okay, so what do we do with our compulsion right now? We have this compulsion we need to fulfill, right? We have everything kind of like in this. We have this kind of like this extinction burst happening around us, right? And it's like, okay, what do we do next?
We
and
laugh
I think
inappropriately.
You know, well, yes, it's laughing inappropriately, but it's like, you know, it's like there has to be. I think what it is that we kind of have to like slow down and currently accept the fact that however we switch gears, it's not going to have an immediate effect. You know, and I think that that's kind of what's throwing everybody off, is that this dramatic thing happened. You know, this dramatic thing happened, and you always need your side piece. And there isn't anything, there's no lifeboat that we could just jump on and then just try to act like, oh, nothing happens. Like, oh, phew, that was close. Right. You know, It's like kind of like where we're at now is that we're actually we got the life vest on, we're floating, but in 30-degree water. You know, and you know, and it's like, you know, this is not fine, but it's like where, you know, it's like, so like, okay, so like I guess, you know, to always use myself an example, right? So it's like, okay, what am I looking at? Okay, so it's like, okay, the Kickstarter is not moving the way I would have liked it to. But again, I had no control over that. Remember, you only have, the only thing you own is your effort, not the results.
Right.
Right. So it's like, okay, I have no control over the results. Now, what do I take from this information, right? So we have the thing about, oh, everyone's leaving social media. Now, mind you, we all know that's not everyone, you know?
Right.
But okay, how do
But there's an exodus.
Right. So it's like, okay, what do I do? You know what? Maybe I should narrow down my social media even further to what I can reasonably work on, instead of like, you know what, maybe it is time for me to just like ignore Twitter completely. You know, it's like, maybe like, I don't know. It's like, is Instagram doing anything for me? I have no idea. You know, it's like, maybe I should just stick with Facebook, with YouTube, with Webtoons, you know, with Substack. Oh, Blue Sky's pretty good too. And Blue Sky.
Actually, yeah, it really is. I was quite impressed with Blue Sky. Like,
you know,
I mean, it's not phenomenal for me, but it's like half the following of Twitter and double the engagement.
Yeah, the engagement is definitely right. So maybe it's like I should really like get rid of even more dead weight. You know, like, right. I'm not sure if Instagram, like I've been experimenting with something on Instagram, but I'm not really sure if it's working. Honestly, I think that my Instagram experiment has given me more of a complex than it did actually helping me. So I'm just going to run the experiment to the end and then leave it.
Right.
The issue is almost done anyway. It's like, I really just don't know what to do with it. You know, Webtoons, I have my stuff on Webtoons. It's fine. you know, again, it's like not a blockbuster thing that happened, you know. I'm kind of debating, like I had started put together a thing for Global Comics, like, oh, I don't know, maybe offer like the first two issues for free, and then like people have to buy the rest of the PDFs on Global Comics. I haven't really decided yet, right?
Right.
And then it's like, okay, what else is there? There's this $60 that Jose made without us even knowing we had anything, without us remembering we had anything on Amazon, right? What's funny is that a long time, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago, Tyler Carpenter had told me, just put your stuff on Amazon. Just put it on Amazon, you know? And I kind of like didn't think, you know, didn't do it. I didn't, because like, Amazon. The last time I was like on Amazon, it was like this whole thing where you had to pay $40 a month to use their thing and blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, it seems that it's changed. Now they have like KDP, the Kindle Direct Publishing, which is a completely different animal. And I'm like going, you know what? Maybe I'm going to do that. And it's like, you know, it's like, because like, especially with Tall Tales, our last campaign wiped us out in terms of stock. And it's going to be very expensive to reprint. But what if I put it on Amazon instead? You want Tall Tales? Go to Amazon. Amazon will send you a physical copy. It's not just PDFs. We can actually print books through Amazon, you know? I mean, it's not a graceful solution, but it's one solution. It's just one more avenue, right? It's like, look, if we can sell PDFs without remembering we had PDFs on the site, I mean, there's something to that.
Right.
And maybe that just proves that it's like, that's something that we should look into, you know? You know, it's like, okay, so I'm going to try out these conventions very slowly. I'm not going to go full hog into conventions, because they are, when every table is $500, it's like, I have to be really, really judicious as to which shows I go to, right?
Right.
So, you know, I signed up for Anime NYC, right? And because of that, I started seriously doing a digest version of Ego Raven. I did the first 2 volumes, so it's going to be, you know, I don't remember if I should. It's like, I'm pretty sure I should. It's going to be this size, 5.5 by 8.5.
Right.
And I started converting the Tall Tales. It's like time is a flat circle. We're back here again. I started converting Tall Tales into this smaller format, right, to kind of fit a more manga size without being actual manga size, right? And I'm going to see if this format works at New York Comic Con, because one thing's for sure, they're significantly less expensive for me to print at this size than if I was doing this size. If I was doing trade size, significantly less expensive doing it this size. So
size does matter.
Yeah, size does matter. If you want, you know, it's like, I did put out a video. You know what?
Morning, Michael.
We used to do our trades like this. So in the end, this is not different for us. You know, because what this does too is that it allows me to lower the price. Maybe not to the price of a comic, but of a manga. But look, I don't have the volume. No matter what, I'm not selling the volume to sell this at $12.99. Okay, that's not going to happen. So, I mean, honestly, the only reason we were able to sell these books back in the day for $10 because we were literally printing them ourselves. We worked in a print shop. We had a deal with the print shop. We were able to access their machines. We were able to print very affordable books at the time.
Right.
Can't do that anymore. But if I can just make it smaller and lower the price, that also gives me an advantage, or at least I hope it does, right? The goal here is to make changes that will give me like, I know change is slow. It's a long game, right?
Right.
But I really don't want to waste my time in anything that gives me 0. Right? It's like I can't, we can't afford that anymore. We have to really, really look at our options and just like, okay, what's going
Where
to
are the
give me
results of our
what
effort?
effort is going to give me more than 0? Because I can't afford 0 anymore. I can't afford blindly experimenting anymore. The options are running out, So it's like I have to focus, okay, put everything on the table that I'm doing, and who gets cut out. I mean, honestly, this is kind of like the moment where I'm actually really envious of Jose,
He's just so casual
everybody
and
who has
nonchalant.
to, no, he's very not, the last thing, no, he's very chalant.
Whatever.
He is not chalant.
He's not chalant.
He's
very
the
opposite of chalant. He's anti-chalant.
He just likes to keep his, he's not into having anxiety attacks in front of cameras.
He's just like
here. It's like, so yeah, so that's the thing, right? It's like, okay, what am I doing? What do I cut out? What's not working? And I'm not talking about potential. At this point, everything has shown me the potential that they have. Right? And it's like, Chris says, yeah, I just wish I could get to 0. It's been an austerity pass to make sure I don't actually lose money with these books. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the tough part. Right? Because look, it's like I'm delaying restocking because it's expensive. But if doing a smaller version, putting it on Amazon allows me to kind of like delay that, but still be able to offer the books, then that's an option I have to look into. That's an option that it's more than look into, that it's like, what? It's like, God, just either do it or cross it off your list.
Right.
Because also I think that we also have a habit of, having this decision fatigue / paralysis, where it's like we have so many options that it's like, oh, we'll save that for later. We'll save that for later. Later is now. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know how everyone is. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of think that maybe this whole Diamond thing is affecting me more than I thought it would. That it's like, yeah. And it's like, I need to do something. I need to do something. Like, I think that that's really what kind of like where the anxiety is coming from. It's like this feeling that it's like, holy shit, have to do something. But what do I do? And it's like, okay, the Kickstarter is going to do what the Kickstarter is going to do. I can't worry about that anymore. I'm just going to continue posting normally, but it's like I said, if doing nothing and posting gives me the same results, then I'm not going to sweat it. If I'm not like, oh, it's because you didn't, the problem is that it's easy to fail fast when you have the money to get out of your failure. That's the thing, I mean, in the end, it's like, that's why I also say that, it's one thing to study successful people, but also remember that they're at a point where their success is self-perpetuating even when they fail. I mean, it's like, are you going to take a millionaire seriously when he says like, oh yeah, I fail all the time? It's like, bitch, yeah, because you have the money as a cushion. You have that cushion to fail. You can literally afford to fail. Some of us only have very few chances.
Right.
Before certain decisions have to be made. So it's like, I don't want to sit here and pretend that everything's okay, because it's not, but also at the same time, I don't want to give the impression that it's hopeless and we have no control, and that we have no control over it. I mean, there's always something we can do, but you know what? Let's give up the idea of paying attention to people who are not doing anything, telling you that you're not doing enough.
Right.
It's like, you know what? That's a phrase I really don't want to hear anymore. You're not doing enough. It's like, fuck you. It's like, you know what? You do the thing that you say I'm not doing, and then come back to me with the results.
Right.
Because it's like, it's like, we have to stop listening to people, taking the advice of listening to the criticisms of people we wouldn't even take advice from.
Right.
And and it's like, because I think also in the end, it's like, not to be conspiratorial, everybody put their tin hats.
Do it.
They want to exhaust us.
Huh. Well,
they want us to give up, because then it's like we become part of their third world fantasy that only benefits them. And it's like, look, and you see, and the funny thing is, right, is that this is to their detriment, making it difficult for us. Because the more we work around the difficulty, the more we find options around the difficulty, the less easy it is for them to control us. Diamond thought they could control us by being a monopoly. All they did was teach a lot of indie creators to work without them. Because honestly, it's like, I don't know how much like Kickstarter would have been important if Diamond didn't collapse the distribution system. And and the thing is, though, it's like, when you have companies who aren't even giving you that foundation of stability to even pretend that there's a foundation of stability. It's like when they're laying you off every 2 to 3 years, if you even last that long. There are people who get the job and then they get laid off 6 months later.
Yep.
Because that's the easiest way to make line go up. Remember, they don't have to make a good product anymore. They just have to make line go up. And the easiest way to make line go up is to constantly fire everybody. Fire, rehire, fire, rehire. The problem is that once you do that enough times, people figure out a way to not work, to not have to be hired by anybody. So that's, I don't know. What am I saying? I don't know. It's
Fuck
like,
this.
I don't, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like, I really am, like the whole thing about go back to your own website and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, you know what? I just feel, it's like, there comes a point where I just feel too old for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Lou, exactly. Remember that a lot of these people too, these fail fast people, not only do they have the money, they have the teams to do the work.
Right.
Technically, you have the teams to do the failing for them, because it's never them that gets fired for failing. No executive gets fired for failing. It's like I was working at Merrill Lynch. I was working with a contractor who worked with Merrill Lynch. And this was during the time where I don't quite remember what it was, right? But they had this CEO that was fucking shit up. And all of a sudden, like part of our job was we had to like copy these folders, right? And in these folders were letters from shareholders to the board. And the shareholders were demanding the head of this guy at Merrill Lynch. Like I said, I don't remember the details, but I remember like the absolute anger of the shareholders in these letters that we had to make these binders, I guess, for whatever meetings or whatnot. And, you know, and it's like, and in the end, the board of directors says, oh, you know what? You're right. It's like, we're letting him go. He's fucked up the company. We're letting him go. Yeah, but not without giving him $10 million for, you know, so long and thanks for all the fish. You know, I mean, I would love to be fired and be given $10 million as an oopsie. You know? I forgot my point. I don't know. It's you guys are just watching me having a panic attack on the air again. So I don't know. You're not panic attack. No, you don't want to see me having a panic attack. That's just not funny.
Scary.
You're just having me. You're just watching me having anxiety. Yes, that's it.
I have anxiety. That means I'm in my shell and have a hard time expressing myself. I find it difficult to engage with others. So everyone shut the up because my anxiety is up here right now.
So that's you know what that's what's going on. That's what's going on. You know, I mean, I don't know. I just have a lot going on.
And you're not alone. It's everyone.
Right. Yeah.
You
and
get anxiety. You get anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. It's everyone. It's everyone. You know, it's everyone. This is the collective mantra.
Emotional damage.
I mean, it's been a long 3 months for January.
For January.
It's been a very, and it's, you know, and it's like, this too shall pass. That's what I just, you know, it's like, you know what, this too shall pass. You know, it's like, look.
There has to be a light if we keep walking through this darkness.
It's like, yeah. What is it that they say that it's,
Uh-oh.
I've just the whole thing about, you know, it's like no one can take away what belongs to you type of thing. Right. You know, if the Lord can see you through it, if the Lord can lead you to it, he can lead you through it.
I'm done.
I'm bugging, Nita. Maybe it is.
You bugging. You bugging, Daph.
You know, it's like, look, if you're meant to do this, you're going to do this regardless of what happens. You know, it's just, we just have to figure out a way to still do it. That's all. Right. And to continue doing it. You know, it's like, yeah. Nita.
Yo.
What do we say to the Lord of Death?
Not today.
There we go. So, not today. Not today. Any final words? I guess that was the final word.
Yeah, that's the final word.
Yeah. So, well, I still got to go to the post office. So at least I have something to do.
Life goals.
Yeah. You know, it's like, you know, so I still got to do that. So, anything on the schedule that we should know about, or?
No, I'm still getting around to making the channel adjustments. I will let people know, but I have been like, I went from having no medical history to a book this thick right now.
Right.
And constant appointments with every goddamn specialist you can imagine. So it's like, my life is like I'm lucky I'm here today.
Right. Yes. Every day above ground.
Right?
Every day above ground is a good day.
And so we're just like, YouTube is not a priority. Being here as much as I can is. Getting my paying jobs done is, but like every moment of my what would be my free time that I would normally work on building my shit is devoted to calling insurance companies, calling doctors, doing, just like it's fucking nuts. And they tell you, oh, you might have this or this or this.
Right.
But yeah, like we still haven't scheduled a biopsy because we're just like adding to the suspense.
Oh, right. Like, yeah. I guess you should really get word when they bring out like the Price is Right wheel. It's just like, oh, just spin that.
I kind of feel like that's what happened because like the biopsy you'd think would be prioritized because there's obviously something wrong. Right. The MRI is going based on suspicion of something else that may be going on wrong along with the possible tumor. And it's like the MRI was approved like there it is. Right. Oh yeah, go get that. But we're just gonna leave you hanging here.
Yeah. Look, hopefully they'll get this shit together and maybe they're waiting for the MRI to get the biopsy approval.
But they're unrelated. Like
it's bureaucracy. Like, I guess.
Well, I mean, if it's like this, okay. So here's my take on it, and I'm gonna be so fucking depressing as we're leaving. It's like the biopsy should be the number one priority because if it is cancerous, what is it doing right now? It's spreading,
or it's just chilling,
because they did say it looked calcified, so that's good.
So that could be why,
but.
Yeah, what are we waiting for, right?
What are we waiting for? Come on, bitches, let's do this.
Yeah, so on that note, thank you so much for everybody in the chat for joining us today. Even if it was depressing. Thank you so much to our beautiful eyeball people.
Keeping it real.
Stuck around, keeping it real, giving us all the little emojis. Thank you so much for that. And if you're joining us on a replay, thank you for watching to the end. We're usually not like this, but we are in.
You're lying. We're always like this. It's cool, but we're not as depressing. But we're always this scatterbrained.
But it's
we're not as depressed.
Look, it's just a lot going on. That's all. And I'm sure if you watch to the end, you'll know. Like I said, none of us are alone here. So
no,
none of us are alone. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork, everything's on fire. Check out my Kickstarter. You can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And you can also find me on YouTube for videos, 600 plus videos of live streams and art drawing things and all the stuff, and semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. I didn't do one this week. I usually alternate Wednesdays. So I will be doing one on this coming Wednesday. What is that? What Wednesday it is. So the next one, we will have a live stream, 4 p.m. Eastern, 2 hours.
Wednesday, February 5th.
Yeah, February 5th. There you go. 2 hours of me just drawing and hanging out with the chat, talking about anything, kind of like being at a convention, but you don't have to worry about the resellers. But
I'm going to start doing a live stream in my spare time where I just get high and talk to people.
Oh, there you go. You can, exactly. You can do that too.
Talking shit.
Yeah, exactly. So Wednesdays, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. And remember, you can also read Eagle Raven for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, follow the link over to Tall Tales, TAILSonline.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears in the Mother, which and if or all the conjunctions You can also read Eager Raven and Tall Tales on Webtoons if you prefer an easier platform to read everything in one place. We're already finishing up issue 3 and going into issue 4 on the next updates. Eager Raven updates every Tuesday. Tall Tales updates every Thursday. And again, remember, everything's on fire. My Kickstarter link is in the show notes, and in the chat. We have 2 weeks left for issue 9 of Eager Raven out of this 16 issue series. So that's it for us. Thank you so much. And in the words of the very exhausted ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.